As Resident Evil and Silent Hill would remain largely unchallenged by the early 2000s, Tecmo and Makoto Shibata, the latter of whom largely drew on his own spiritual experiences to formulate this new horror, would unite to create Project Zero. Ingenious in design, the use of weapons would be stripped away, while a focus on utilising a camera to ward off evil spirits. While its roots aren't too dissimilar to other titles in the genre, Project Zero stands out as one of the finer examples of horror games, boasting plenty of scares and challenge, if perhaps only lacking in enough variety to keep up with the absolute best of the genre. In 1986, a pair of siblings are able to see supernatural occurrences not visible to ordinary people. Bound by blood, Miku and Mafuyu Hinasaki are separated when Mafuyu goes missing. After Miku tracks her brother down to a haunted locale known as Himuro Mansion, she hopes to find her brother while searching the creepy, abandoned location. Little does she know, the place is overrun with tortured ghosts, though Miku luckily comes equipped with the camera obscura, which captures ghosts weakened by photo shots. The story is fairly minimal, with little in the way of cutscenes, but what's here is serviceable, if poorly dubbed in English. Some of the darker moments are admittedly harder to take seriously due to this.
So this is Himuro Mansion.
So that leaves the gameplay to pick up the slack, and it does not disappoint. Project Zero follows the formula set out by its contemporaries with a few twists. Players are forced to navigate through the mansion while fending off vengeful spirits, solving puzzles, and dealing with blocked paths across 4 chapters. It's not unlike Resident Evil or Silent Hill, but Tecmo did engineer some unique quirks. The camera is pretty great at building tension, not quite locking into static angles, and giving the impression of something following Miku. The environments are fully rendered in 3D, and benefit from a dark lighting scheme which is only somewhat illuminated by the torch, often leaving you squinting to see. Though the main meat of the story is good, the environmental storytelling through collectible tapes, notes, and other clues will really hook the player. Where Project Zero is incredibly distinctive is in its combat. Miku is not armed with a traditional weapon, but instead the camera obscura. Functioning much in the way as a normal camera, encounters see you aiming to focus a shot on the Spectre, with more damage rewarded the longer you hold steady. If you snap a shot just as a ghost attacks, extra damage is dealt. This creates a tense risk/reward system that encourages letting ghosts get closer, but also means that they have a better chance of damaging you, and with potent attacks, you can't afford to take too many hits. The camera is also used for puzzles, which come in several forms. Items in key locations can be revealed, seals which prevent entry can be burnt off by snapping shots of hidden ghosts, and clues are also often revealed using the camera. Project Zero lives through its inventive mechanics, giving it a distinct identity many other survival horror games lack. But as a first effort, it must be said Tecmo didn't nail it perfectly. One of the key issues is repetition, as the 4 chapters take place across the same smaller, less distinctive environment. Backtracking is a given in this genre, but without a compelling Rubik's Cube to unravel, this becomes a touch more tedious. While chapters often reset the environment and open up new paths, you'll still end up seeing a lot of the same rooms repeatedly. There's also quite a steep difficulty level, which is not surprising considering the genre, but even by these standards, the last couple of chapters in the game can feel grueling, with a particularly tough variant of Ghost making its presence felt in the worst way. On the other hand, this is perhaps a concession for the lack of ammo management, as the weakest camera film can always be acquired from save points once you fall below 30 shots. While this makes sense due to puzzles utilising the camera too, it does tip the balance unfavourably. However, what Project Zero lacks in refinement, it more than makes up for in scares. Simply put, there is a constant sense of unease and suffocation. The dim lighting, ambient creaking, and unsettling music all stir those inner feelings of terror, and having a ghost crash into the game, often with little subtlety, is hair-raising. It's also a technically competent game, with smooth performance, solid character and ghost models, and a mostly filled environment. The grisly cutscenes and use of static effects will send chills down your spine. The music deserves praise, with a cacophony of harsh, unpleasantly spooky tracks that put the player on edge. And while the poor voice acting is a blemish on the presentation, the sound effects and their sharp veracity make up for it. Project Zero is of average length for a survival horror, taking under 10 hours to reach the conclusion. But there's a bounty of extras rewarded for completion, most notably the battle mode, which tasks you with earning points on a series of 20 challenges. Completion and skill rewards extra features for the Obscurer, an extra difficulty mode, and costumes. Points earned throughout the game can be used to upgrade the camera too, rewarded in both modes and incentivizing repeat plays. It has a long life beyond its initial playthrough. Project Zero marks a strong debut for this horror series which, while hindered by repetition and some difficulty spikes, is held aloft by strong mechanics that remain unique to this day. The terror of balancing efficiency with risk creates a tension game with combat, and the suffocating dark atmosphere makes it one of the PlayStation 2's most unsettling games. While it lands just shy of the genre's best games, Project Zero is still worth a look for genre enthusiasts, and those looking for the supernatural thrills provided by Japanese horror such as Ringu will find this fits the bill nicely.